Welcome to Seafood 101. Hi, I'm Ken Saunderson with the Seattle Propeller Club, and today we're with Brody Pierson, Director of Sales and Logistics for Bristol Wave Seafoods. Thanks for joining us today, Brody.
Thank you. Very, very nice to be here. Thanks.
Hey, why don't we start off by having you share a little bit about Bristol Wave Seafoods? Tell me about the company.
We've been in the business a long time, but our name's rather new. We merged between two very long-standing long line companies, at the end of 2019, which was Blue North Seafoods and Clipper Seafoods. And that's made us now by the largest within the sector. We own a majority of the largest share, but not a majority of the quota within the long line sector. So we have 9 vessels, 7 of which we're actively fishing with. These are all primarily targeting Pacific cod. It's all hook and line caught, frozen at sea. A bit of black cod as well, usually in the off seasons. That's all again line caught, but pot line caught. And yeah, we're primarily produce headed and gutted fish. We're trying to freeze the fish at its, most prime quality there at sea. And then we sell pretty much around the world to processors that are further filleting that fish, portioning it, other ways of adding value.
Hey, Brody, as a member of the Freezer Longline Coalition, you take great pride in your ethical harvesting practices. Talk a little bit about that.
We are very unique within the fishing industry by fishing more traditionally with a hook and line method. We're able to target really the only species we're aiming for. It's very efficient. Again, the fish also then has a much better quality to it. There's very little bruising or anything going on. Every fish is brought in one by one.
You offer a variety of different products there. Talk a little bit about your products and where people can find them.
Primarily Pacific cod, as well as black cod or sable fish. We also catch a little bit of pollock, and those are our main 3. And then again, we're really only producing them in a headed gutted form, with the exception of our Blue North vessel. The Blue North has a small fillet line on board, and we do produce a limited amount of frozen at sea, once frozen fillets, which is very unique. We're the only ones producing that in the Pacific. Those fish you can find at a lot of local markets. You will see it marketed as Blue North cod, headed and gutted form, that is going pretty much everywhere. Here on the West Coast, it's being processed for local markets. East Coast is another large market for us. And beyond that, Norway, Portugal, Spain, and France are very large consumers of cod and specifically buy our quality of cod for that reason. Japan as well is another major market for us. So yeah, pretty much everywhere, which is cool to see and be a part of.
I know that Bristol Wave is really recognized for your commitment to sustainability. Talk a bit about why that's so important to your company.
The double-edged sword that all fishermen kind of understand. As much as we want to catch as much as we can, we need it to be there for us next year and decades after. The fact is that along with the FLCC that we're members of, we help pay for studies to better understand the biology of the fish, their migration pattern, all those things, so we can better manage the fishery as a whole. In addition, the North Pacific Fisheries Management Council that we all follow is pretty much the gold standard that other fishery management organizations have tried to mimic around the world. So with that, we do know that the fishery is healthy. The total allowable catch has always been well under, healthy standards, so that we can ensure that there's more fish to come in the coming years and decades, centuries.
That's really great. Let's talk about careers. I know that there's tremendous opportunities both shoreside and at sea in the fishing industry. Talk a little bit about working at Bristol Wave and the opportunities that you have there. If somebody's interested, where can they go to find out more information about a career?
Sure, absolutely. So we have about 30 folks here in our local Seattle office. And this is anything from accounting to operations, engineering, sales, logistics. You know, we're smaller in that fact, but we continue to grow organically. We're always hiring somebody at some point. And then beyond that, our fleet is the majority of our of where our work comes from. You know, we have about anywhere from 21 to 25 crew members on each of our vessels. And like I said earlier, 7 boats going right now. So that's a couple hundred people across the organization. We're always looking for new fishermen. It is not something that a lot of people think of as a career, but it is quite lucrative. And for the right people that are looking for adventure, doesn't get any more adventurous than on a boat in the middle of the Bering Sea for a couple of weeks at a time, in sometimes very extreme weather. So definitely exciting and for the right crowd, the right young crowd is what we're looking for. So best way to apply if you are interested would be through our website, which is bristolwaveseafoods.com. There you'll see a link for our HR department. We have a group of, I think, 4 people in HR that are basically just trying to find the right folks and field those kinds of calls and take care of them. So
It really is an exciting and rewarding career opportunity. Brody, why are you excited about the long-term future of the fishing and seafood industry?
you know, I think as a whole, the seafood industry has been making strides on really getting that marketing message out there that you know that it's a healthy brain food. You know, we certainly all saw a spike in consumption during COVID when people started worrying a little bit more about their health. Probably they were all stuck at home, learning to cook. Um, and so I think in an ironic way, COVID really did help bring more visibility to the seafood industry as a whole. And, you know, while it's not happening everywhere around the world, um, I think the industry as a whole has been making a lot of strides, increasing sustainability efforts and really making sure that this last protein on Earth that is still harvested the same way it always has for millennia. It's the last thing we have. It's not the same as you know the beef, chicken, or pork that you buy today is not what your grandparents bought. It's a different product, and that really isn't the case with seafood. It's unique in that way. So um, yeah, again, just very optimistic because it is such a great food. In general, there's so many different varieties, and again, it looks like we're on the right path to making sure that stuff's still around in the coming generations.